is always a big night in Detroit. Today is a big day for us. Good morning, and thanks for being with us on this Monday. I'm Amy Lange,
yeah,
and it is Brandon Hudson's birthday.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday!
Squeeze it in on me, so yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so
That's
much.
Why it's a big day.
But anyway, we'll get to the really big story here. This is after weeks of rain. We finally get our first powerful storms of the warm weather season. Fast-moving disturbance swept through Metro Detroit, causing a lot of damage.
Yeah, from down power lines to down trees, crashing onto cars and homes. There's a lot of cleanup underway this morning. Fox 2's Veronica Meadows is joining us live for a closer look at all that damage. Good morning, Veronica.
Yeah, good morning. Well, like you both said, cleanup now underway after those powerful storms tore through southeast Michigan yesterday. All of this cleanup continues to go on also where we are right now, which is close to the Detroit Golf Club. Pontchartrain Boulevard, close to most people except for staff members from the golf club and those helping to clear fallen trees. A view from above the Detroit Golf Club Monday morning shows the damage a powerful storm left behind. Strong winds uprooted several trees and scattered branches. On the ground, you can see a large tree flattened a car caught underneath.
I got off work and I went to go home and I saw my car and there's a tree on top of it. Oh boy. What am I gonna do?
Now the driver, Yuri Doziak, tries to stay positive.
My first car, I just got it, so I got it last year, but first car drama, it always happens.
Meanwhile, traffic lights that are out serve as a reminder of the tens of thousands of DTE customers who don't have power. Over in Redford, Mom Jessica Harris recalls the moment a tree toppled onto her family's home and went through their ceiling. Harris says her young daughter was close by.
I ran back in the house, and my daughter actually, where the tree fell down, it actually fell down on the side of our house where our bedrooms are. So I knew my daughter was in her room, and I ran to the back, and I screamed her name, and she ran to me, and it was just like so loud to where it shook my whole house.
While Harris says her family's shaken up, she's grateful everyone is okay.
I know I live in an area where it's like a lot of trees and things like that, but it was scary, and I never ever imagined that to happen. But I'm just happy that we're safe, and we'll get through it.
The Detroit Golf Club is closed for now. The Rocket Mortgage Classic set to start later this week. We are told that tournament is set to start on time. Of course, we'll continue bringing you the very latest, both on air and on fox2detroit.com. Reporting live, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Veronica, that's such a big event for Detroit, and obviously they've got a little bit of cleanup there. And that poor young man who just got his first car, and now he's going to have to get another one.
Yeah, Amy, you heard it right there. He was providing a little bit of levity to the situation, like you saw, trying to laugh it off and stay positive. But of course, if it's your first car, you know, no doubt he was feeling a little bit hurt after walking out of work and seeing that.
Well, I am sure that cleanup will be underway out there all day long, and that the golf tournament will go off without a hitch. Thanks so much, Veronica. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Well, now to Taylor, where you see high winds snapped tree limbs like toothpicks, and this is from a neighborhood near Van Born and Beach Daily. And while homeowners could hear the storms coming, people who live there say that the damage seemed just very sudden.
Maybe 30 seconds, honestly. It was literally 30 seconds. It was just a wind hit, and I watched a bunch of stuff fly by, and that was it. Bam, done.
What were you thinking when you came out and saw it?
Well, so much for getting the lawn looking nice. Now I get to clean all this up.
Wow. And they'll try to do that with rain in the forecast. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
Yeah, fortunately, things are calming down, but as you just heard, more rain is on the way.
Yeah, our coverage continues with Weather Authority Derek Everett. Derek, you were here last night, and it was a busy night then, and things getting a little easier for you this morning?
They are. Yeah, we're not expecting to see a round of severe weather like we had yesterday. Let's recap yesterday real quick. Some of these winds gusting to 65 miles an hour. That happened at Grosse Pointe Shores, 61 miles an hour at Metro Airport. Trees as big as 24 inches in diameter fallen over, pushed over in Whitman Whitmore Lake. Nearly 69,000 without power right now. That number is changing almost by the minute. But boy, it was a gusty day yesterday. I'm going to explain a little later in the show what it was that made it so windy and why it felt like that wind kind of came out of nowhere. We'll talk about that. But let's talk about what's happening right now with SkyTracker still picking up on some of this rain. But thankfully, not a whole lot of severe thunderstorm dynamics here at play today. So it's mostly just this lighter to darker green color. So that's moderate rain leading into maybe at times slightly heavier rain with some of these yellows and oranges. We might squeeze out, and there's a possibility we could see an isolated thunderstorm today. But unlike yesterday, where we had a stronger front kind of coming through, we don't have that in play for us today. Instead, we're stuck under what is just really a low pressure system here. So that's going to feed and continue to feed more moisture through, which we'll feel in the way of rain showers. And again, maybe an outside thunderstorm, but not really those big, powerful, booming thunderstorms like Sunday brought. More active weather out there today? I don't think so. Not nearly as severe with those rain showers moving in. Here's a forecast as we look ahead over the next couple of days. So first half of the week looking a little bit more wet. Second half of the week looks a little bit more dry. That is until we get into the weekend. We'll talk more about that. Your 7-day forecast is coming up. Brandon.
All right, thank you, Derek. Listen to this. In Centerline and Warren, the storm damage possibly played a role in an arrest. Police chased a driver in a stolen car, but then the driver goes down a street that was blocked off by a downed power line. He crashed at Stevens and Wagner. The driver, we're told, is under arrest. There were several vehicles involved. It is not known if anyone was seriously hurt.
And in Novi last night, former President Donald Trump was the special guest at the Oakland County Republican Party's Lincoln Day dinner. Mr. Trump taking plenty of jabs at President Joe Biden during his speech, along with his leading competition for the Republican nomination, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. The former president had a message about the auto industry.
For decades, the globalist vultures in Washington viciously betrayed Michigan workers and families like nobody can even believe, and they threw open our borders, plundering your factories and shipping your jobs to foreign lands.
Michigan will likely be a key swing state in the election. You'll remember Donald Trump won Michigan by about 11,000 votes in 2016. He then lost it by more than 150,000 votes in 2020.
Special night in Detroit as well. High-profile decision makers and community activists attend the annual NAACP Fight for Freedom Fund dinner.
Yes, the event lifting every voice in a push for racial equality. Fox 2's Camille Miri was there.
Sunday night, hundreds of people gathered at Huntington Place in downtown Detroit for the 68th annual NAACP Fight for Freedom Fund dinner.
We welcome you to this Freedom Fund experience. It is an experience because it brings together people from all walks of life, all races, all ideological points of view, and personal preferences. It is the NAACP.
The sit-down dinner is one of the largest of its kind in the world, an annual call to action in the ongoing fight for racial equality.
And tonight, at this dinner, I remind you, I am begging you to join us in our impatience. Complacency is a luxury for those that are content with the status quo.
The Fight for Freedom Fund dinner is also a celebration.
We celebrate freedom because of those in the past who paved the way, and for those today who have to continue the way.
We thank all of you for the role that you play in making Michigan a better place, in making Michigan a state where all who dream of more civil rights for more people, all who are inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech given here in the city of Detroit 60 years ago.
May we
In Detroit, Camille Miri, Fox 2 News.